Hello everyone and welcome back to Living with Cerebral Palsy. My name is Hannah. I created this channel to educate and inspire people about disabilities. If you're living around with or just want to learn more about disabilities, please grab yourself a snack and a drink and we'll get into today's video. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about my hobbies and how these tools have helped me to manage my anxiety. Many of us struggle with anxiety, and today I wanted to let you know you're not alone. I have had anxiety for as long as I can remember. On a day-to-day basis, I struggle more with overcoming my anxiety than I do with my physical disability. Having an overactive imagination, as I do, doesn't always help. I can sometimes end up with 3 or 4 scenarios in my head at a time and end up getting overwhelmed. So today, I'm going to introduce you to the tools and the hobbies that I use to stop getting overwhelmed and my anxiety from getting too loud. I hope that if you haven't tried or thought of any of these tools, you might be able to use them in your own battle. Before we get into the list, my number 1 tip with struggling with anxiety is to give it a name. A few months ago, I read an article by Carolyn Tate called I Named My Anxiety Clive and It Changed My Life. I will leave a link to this article in the description box. How I explain this is your anxiety is often not how you actually feel about whatever the situation you're stressing about is. For me, I use phrases like people will think, when most of the time people aren't looking at me or even thinking near what I'm thinking. So I gave these thoughts and these voices and people in my head a name. I called them Fred. This was the name I chose due to my love of Harry Potter and the Weasley twins in this series. Our hobbies are the little things in life that spark joy in our hearts and allow us to switch off and relax. I have a wide range of different hobbies in various different areas. This is the easy and healthy way to manage anxiety, keep calm, and refocus my energy on positive things. My hobbies range from bushwalking, swimming, camping, Lego, computer gaming, and colouring in. Now we'll get into the list. Number 1 is nature and exercise. As a spiritual person, I find nature very calming and relaxing place. Bushwalking, camping, and swimming are all things that I enjoy and have used to calm me. Bushwalking and swimming are my active hobbies which help me to get into nature, exercise, and increase my fitness level. I have some great friends that I go bushwalking with, and in the past year we've done multiple bushwalks together, including Dove Lake and Mount Barrow. While on a recent camping trip, I spent the morning sitting on the side of a river, skipping rocks, watching the natural flow of the river, and listening to all the natural noises around me. I found this a very calming way to start my day, as well as a place of meditation. I feel closest to God when I am in nature. Number 2 is journaling and writing. I've been a writer since a very young age. I'm always working on some type of writing, poems, stories, journaling. These are all effective hobbies for releasing my anxiety. While I am a creative writer who has been writing since the age of 8 and constantly working on a poem or a story, I've never been good at consistently keeping a journal. When I'm worried or anxious about things, I find putting them in writing an easy way to organize and work through my thoughts. I am currently keeping 2 journals, one for worries and thoughts, and a prayer journal, which I found helpful. Due to my memory, I have found writing down my worries, fears, and hopes to God is an effective way to ensure that I keep in communication with God. I have been working on a fantasy novel on and off for the past 5 or 6 years. I can go months without writing, but I'm constantly thinking of ideas and jotting them down in journals or notes on my phone. When I finally do sit down to write, I'm often writing for hours and can consistently keep up with it for days, with breaks. As in, I cannot write for like 3 months, and then I'll spend a week writing every day. Being artistic and doing something with my hands. Lego, coloring, drawing, and dancing are all things I enjoy. These are my creative outlets to help me exercise my muscles while also relaxing and distressing me. As someone with CP, I found Lego a way to improve my fine motor skills and a way to divert my anxious thoughts. This is because when I'm building Lego, I must carefully read instructions and take notice of how and where I'm placing blocks. I have been into photography for roughly a decade now. Whenever we are on holiday, road trips, or even day trips around the state, my camera is never far from my reach. This has now also gone into vlogging and videos about my experiences in traveling. On stressful days, or most evenings and afternoons, when I'm starting to wind down, I often enjoy sitting down and colouring in or journaling while watching YouTube or listening to a podcast. My favourite podcasts are Crime Weekly, Crime Countdown, I'm a big fan of true crime, and Reddit podcast, 2 Hot Takes. Gaming. I grew up playing Sims. The old Sims games such as Sim Safari, etc., as well as the Maxis Sims games, Sims 1, 2. 3. I love building houses more than the gameplay. It wasn't until my early 20s that I got more into multiplayer games and joined the Discord server and began playing with other people. I've made good friendships within this group. And in 2019, I got to travel overseas for the first time to New Zealand for a holiday, during which I met my closest online friend, reading and meditation. As previously mentioned, I'm a spiritual person, and having a personal relationship with God and a prayer life is one of the most helpful ways I battle my anxiety. I'm often reading my Bible, but also enjoy reading comics and other books as well. Anxiety continues to be a battle in my life. My brain especially likes to go into overthinking mode when I'm ready for sleep and trying to fall asleep. The best way I found to overcome this battle is using Abide, a meditation app that is not a sponsor. Abide has various meditations by various narrators for all sorts of issues. Anxiety, sleep, or just trying to get closer to God. Tyler Boss is my go-to narrator for sleep. His voice is calming and relaxing. I regularly listen to his Free From Anxiety and his Try This Army Technique meditation when I'm going to sleep. I hope that you've learned something about me through my hobbies in this video, as well as some helpful techniques for overcoming anxiety. If you like this video, press the like button and leave a comment. Before you leave, don't forget to subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.